Fellow gamers, I am proud of you.
Have you seen this man? This is Gerald Dulé, owner and developer at Sungrand Studios. He's a dev that specializes in design work and working with Nintendo hardware. And fun fact, he's apparently got an in-person resolution of 160 by 192. I guess pixels. And his favorite instrument is the cello banjo, whatever that's supposed to be. This dude has gone from being basically irrelevant on YouTube, like me, haha, to being a topic of discussion among people I know. And it's hard not to see why with statements like this.
These radicalized extremists are so focused on their own egos, they do not realize the damage they have caused to our culture.
Well, that's fun. Anyway, here on Torn from Oblivion, where you come for the cats and stay for the facts, I'm going to go over the best things I've heard this mad lad say and hopefully convince you to go subscribe to his channel and support his efforts, because I think he's awesome. And I want you to as well. I'd like to go over the 3 major takeaways I've gotten from his channel and why I've started to like this guy so much. I'll be focusing more on his popular content. I'll be honest with you, I never even heard of him until he started talking about Concord, so I'm only going to go from there onward. Jarrell's main claim to fame are his videos he dubs industry speeches. These are getting a ton of traction compared to everything else he does, and in these, his main point is to call out incompetency or bigotry that has been dressed up as compassion for minorities. In his video, September 3rd, the day we took back the video game industry, Concord shut down industry speech. Prepare for very long video titles. He explains why. He states that the current state of overly DEI-enabled games is impairing genuine expression of minority attributes and is, in fact, causing people to dislike even the mention of them now. Which I guess is kind of true because people are calling Space Marine too woke because it's got a black guy in it. Okay people, you can take it too far. Not only are these products counterproductive, they're often very costly for publishers and other creatives. He mentions Concord often, which is the best example of an unthinking slavery to something. Why does the robot have pronouns? And even though he discusses it less now, it's still the main thing people come to see.
For years, talented, skilled, and deserving artists and developers have been discriminated against. Instead of game companies hiring people for their ability or qualifications, they hire based on the color of someone's skin, their sexual identity, and their political views.
However, that is not at all to say he is simply a negative voice. His main draw, at least to me, is that he's genuinely concerned about his audience and the industry. He has no ill will towards those he stands against, and he seems to care deeply about the gamers he speaks to. He makes people feel seen and recognized. A lot of people who watch him feel that they have a champion in him. They have somebody who's taking up their cause and rooting for them in their corner. He wants people to get the best products they can to the end user. In his video, How to Make Good Games Without DEI, a little on the nose if you ask me, he says the problem is people are getting inferior products so corporations can click checkboxes. That isn't to say he's some far-right anti-woke man. You can tell he genuinely cares about those impacted.
People want games made by people who care about making good games.
This seems to come from a genuine place. In the same video, you can watch his eyes light up. See that? That is the look of someone who genuinely is interested in what he's doing and in making things better.
My goals in life are to be a good man and to be a source of strength and support for other people.
Moving along in that same vein, he states in I will not talk about Dragon Age Veilguard or Concord's $400 million loss, in which he talks about both. His main motivation is simply to be a good man. The actions that he's taking come from a place of sincerity and goodwill towards other human beings. At least so he says, and I'm inclined to believe him. This is a thing that he loves, and his clientele are people he cares about. He wants the best for the game industry and gamers alike, trying to get a win-win situation for both involved. Also of note, he plays music. Take a gander. So all that being said, I implore you, go check out his channel. If you're into games like what he makes, not really my taste, but it could be yours, please go and show him support there too. The world needs more people trying to shine a light and not simply cursing the darkness with an axe to grind and nothing to give back. More cats to come, as always. Subscribe if you'd like more, and I will see you later. It's a nice video. Don't you think? What? You're watching Concord!